Hi, I am your English teacher, Sanur Parvez Twin. I hope you are all well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Well, today I am going to show you the part of the beauty of tenses and the last part. Before we start, I would like to thank you all who are learners, who are audience, and all the students that helps me to give my lesson on that way who can treat you. So just treat it carefully, okay? So, in my previous classes, my previous two classes, I was discussing what? About continuous and indefinite. Sorry, perfect. So, I hope it would be a better for you. And today, I am going to show you the indefinite form, right? What is the indefinite form? Indefinite form means indefinite. Just look at the differences, what I want to say or what I want to write. Okay, indefinite, right. What is indefinite? Indefinite means a regular work. Regular work means whatever we do. Like we go to school, we eat, we bath, everything that we can happen every time is called indefinite. So, indefinite also called a simple. That means indefinite has three terms. One is past, second is present, and third is future. Rightly so. So, the three parts of an indefinite can differentiate these things which you can be used in a different sentences, right? Look at this sentence. I am writing this sentence in a way when you can use this in your daily life and you're writing and you're speaking, right? Okay, look at this sentence carefully, otherwise it will difficult for you to understand clearly. Okay, so first tense, first I write I to school. Second, I also write I to school. Third time, I also write I to school. So, do you understand what I want to write? Yes, it is verb. It's a regular verb. I can use the regular verb. What is the regular verb? Regular verb is go. And what is called? It's all indefinite right now. I go to school, but whenever we want to speak about past, then it's called went. And finally, it will go. So what is the difference you see in this type of sentence? First you see, I use a main verb. It is called a present. And then I use past form. It's called past. And then I use a future form. Then it's called a future. So every sentence has some similarities. With similarities? Every sentence has subject, 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 and everything. You can see same things are right. Okay. But what is the main changes? The main changes is a principal verb. Principal verb has become, go has become went, and then it will go. Why? Because of it, I use in a present tense, past tense, and a future tense. But today's topic is indefinite, right? So first sentence is present indefinite, second is past indefinite, and third is future indefinite. Okay? If you don't understand clearly, I also give an example, extra example to see you how to use your indefinite form in a correct way. Thank you. Okay. I see the bird. You can see this sentence. Which type of sentence it is? Of course, it is present. Yes, it is present. Look at this verb. This verb has a present form. That means it's a present. Rightly so. And we also see a see becomes a saw. What type of sentence it is? It is a past. So saw. I saw the bird. Okay? And then next sentence, yes, of course, you all know that it will becomes a see. It will see. I will see the bird. Okay. That's like a good student. You have memorized or you have everything that you can use your knowledge to understand the situation correctly, right? Okay. So indefinite forms has some different things, not different things. Our structure is the same. Now I am going to write all the structure that you can easily understand. Okay. So first is I'm writing past, second is present, and third is future. So what did you see? You see only a verb can change. That means verb present form, present form, and verb past form, right? Yes, past form. And then it's a future form. Yes, of course, I give you an example. Okay, look at this example. Go. It becomes went. And it becomes will go. What do you see? You see I just added one word, and that is will. And next, I just converted into past. So, many students told me, how can I change the past tense? Okay. I just give you an example or give you a clue. How can you change? There are two types of verbs. You all know that. Verb means two types of verbs which can be used in tenses perfectly. Okay. Two types of verb. One is regular verb, and two is irregular verb, right? You have already studied that. Regular and irregular. I have given all the examples. Regular verb and irregular verb. In the tenses, regular verb has a huge section, right? So how can you use regular verb? Regular verb past form is, look at this. You can only add you. You can only add ed, right? This is called a regular verb. But in an irregular verb, you have to memorize. Otherwise, you will not discover which type of verb you can use. Just like irregular verb no. No becomes new. That means it has to be memorized. Otherwise, you cannot use irregular verb, right? Okay. So, whenever you use verbs in a tense, you can use anywhere in the sentences, right? Rightly so. So, then what is happening now? In my previous classes, I was discussing about continuous and perfect. Okay. So, perfect and continuous. Today, I am giving the brief description about perfect and continuous. Okay. What is continuous? So, before I starting any conversation with continuous, I just give you a structure. Sorry for that. I just forgot about it. I giving the structure. Present, past, and future. Rightly so. So look at carefully. You can see in indefinite. You can see indefinite in a subject has no changed subject and subject. Just like before the classes, I used it subject, and subject. Okay. Then there is the changes. It's a main verb. Main verb. It's a verb past form. As I said earlier, you can use ed in a regular verb when you use in a past form, right? Okay. Then it will be a future form. How can you use your future form? You can add will before a main verb. Okay. Future. That means you can use shall or will. Okay, many students have asked me some question about will and shall. I told you before that you can only use shall when it is forces to work. Otherwise, you can usually use it will in every subject. Rightly so. I will, they will, he will, she will, they will. Everywhere you can use if the work has pressure me on. Just like I have to go or I will go. I will go means okay, fine, I'll go. But whenever you use I shall go, then it has to be. Rightly so. You can understand it perfectly because I have already told you. Okay. Next, look at this. There is no change in object form, in object and in object. So, these are the structure you have to memorize. Otherwise, you will not give the example, exact example of tenses. Okay, rightly so. Next, we are going to continuous forms. So, what did you say? What did you think about continuous? I already told you that you have already known continuous form. Continuous form means a running work, right? Yes, running work. What is running work? I am writing. This is continuous, right? I am giving. I am watching. I'm watching the movie. I'm watching the game. Rightly so. Yes, that is the perfect. I am watching. And because I am watching now, it is present. Rightly so. Yes, that is present. But whenever you use in a past, what did you say? Yes, I was watching. I was watching. Why? Because you are not in a present. You are in a past. So, you are writing, I was watching. And in what type of sentence do you write in the future? Yeah, definitely. I will be watching. So, object is the same. As I said earlier, object is the same. Watching the game. So, okay. Now, what can I tell you that this type of sentence, past, present and future. So, continuous forms. Okay, fine. Continuous forms has the similar word like ing. And object is same and subject is same. But the differences is, here you can use auxiliary verb, here you can use auxiliary verb and here you can use auxiliary verb. Here is the main difference between past, present and future, rightly. Okay, thank you. Okay, then next we'll go in a perfect. Yes, definitely. I also understand that you have some confusion about it, but this is the best way you can clear your confusion. Okay, that is the perfect, rightly so. So then, what type of sentence do we write? We write, I have eaten rice or anything else. It's your choice. I don't know. You can eat right or anything else. So, I had eaten rice. Next, I will have eaten rice. Okay? So, first is present, second is past, and third is future. I hope you understand. What is the main difference between three sentences? Yes, of course. It is about auxiliary verb, rightly so. Yes. Look at this auxiliary verb. But the other remaining part of the sentence is unchanged. Look at this. Yes, absolutely. There is no change in other sentences like subjects and objects and verb. Verb has a past participle form. Verb has a past participle form. And verb has a past participle form. Rightly so. That's the student we always want. Okay. Let's take a look in perfect continuous tense. What type of perfect continuous tense we have? Perfect continuous tense. Perfect continuous. Okay. Perfect continuous means we have perfect and we have continuous. Rightly so. What did we see in perfect? We see an auxiliary verb added and a main thing is verb past participle form. Rightly so. And then continuous means verb plus ing. So both we can use. We use perfect auxiliary verb and we use continuous verb plus ing. But because these things are different, perfect and continuous, we can use or we can add a different word. What is it? It is been. So look at an example. You can easily differentiate between three sentences. What is this? I have been eating a rice. I had been eating rice. And next, I will have been eating rice. So, you can easily differentiate between these sentences. Why and how? How is that you have, had and will have, which is we before used in a perfect tense, sorry, and then ing form in continuous form. That means this is perfect, the sign of a perfect, and this is the sign of a continuous. But the main difference between them is been. So we use been whenever we use in a perfect continuous tense. Okay? So tell me about the sentences. What type of sentence do you have faced when you use in a writing or speaking or reading? Then I will tell you how can you differentiate between them. So I'm telling you today. I'm telling you the feelings. As in the previous classes, I has also said that the feelings you should have, rightly. What type of feelings? Do you know that feelings has different sections? In a language, without feelings, you cannot communicate with each other, rightly? Okay, just feelings. Whenever you use in an indefinite form, you just use in a regular work. Regular work means I go there, I love it, I feel it. This is the normal indefinite. We also call the simple present tense, and then simple past, and then simple future. So you have to practice all the verbs in a past, present and future, right? And then you can use also in a continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. So what type of feelings you have? Indefinite is a regular word, and continuous is a running word, and perfect has something done, but their action is already been there, right? And then it is a perfect continuous. That means perfect continuous has a one point you can easily differentiate perfect continuous, which is a time. Yes, a time is a longer period of time. A longer period of time means I have been waiting for 2 or 3 hours. I mean 3 ghanta dhare I have been waiting for 3 hours. So this is the thing you can easily differentiate. Okay, let me handle some other things. If you have any type of question like future in past or future in present, then please comment me. Otherwise, I will not find out the main problem. Okay? So, in this situation, last but not the least, in this situation, it is my request to stay at home and be safe and boost your immune system. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for you to continue or to protect yourself from coronavirus. And next time, till then, it's time to say goodbye to you all. Have a wonderful time, dear learners. Thank you very much. Bye.